Hey everyone, Chad here from Bluebird Summit Farm. As you can see here in the background, we have kind of the results of some logging that we had done. The main objective was to take out the lower value ash trees. As far as long term, they have value now, but like I said, long term with the emerald ash borer coming in, they're going to eventually fall down and kind of be a hazard to the forest as well. As you're walking through, you want to watch out for any trees that might fall over. So good to have those taken out and kind of maybe get some compensation for it, but then also get to that timber stand improvement where you're essentially just weeding the forest. Like I said, taking out those logs those trees that are ready to be harvested, trees that are threatened by invasive species like the ash, or any lower value trees. Like I know you look up online, they have a chart kind of explains that where you want to have that equal spacing. You want to take out the trees that don't have that straight, tall grain to them. That would be a lower value to the logger and then eventually the mill. As you can see here too, the loggers have come through. They kind of have left the lower value pieces of those logs, and with the lower diameter sections of the tree and then the tree tops, that first instinct is to kind of clean it up, take them out, and we're doing a little bit of that where we're just cutting some up for firewood for our own use. But the tree tops, you can, in some manner consolidate them, maybe get them out of the way of where you have intended trails, but they aren't bad to keep because then, they create a little bit of a habitat for wildlife. Deer don't mind it for the cover, rabbits, whatnot, but then also it can cover any native species tree that is trying to grow underneath there and protect it from wildlife browse. So, and then another factor here you can see is our next steps are to kind of make sure that we're training any trees that are reforesting, and then maybe even plant some ourselves that kind of follow what our forestry plan has. So big thing is when you're starting out with the logging process, to work with your forester, work with the logger, and then just make sure you're happy with the whole process.
One, two, three, go.
Hey everyone, Chad here from Bluebird Summit again, just talking through some of the tools we kind of like to use when we're working through timber stand improvement or just playing around in the woods. First off, I think it's safety first. Obviously, I think that's the best motto. Working through making sure you have proper like eye protection. In this case, I have these clear glasses that are nice because they are actually UV resistant too. So obviously a little blinded by the sun, but still protecting my eyes. And then from the front and then the sides, just make sure that you're wearing the proper ASTM certified safety glasses there. Biggest one is the chainsaw chaps. I think those are the most crucial and the most overlooked. They're made of a ballistic material that is cut resistant, and you can have a chainsaw going at full speed basically, and that can prevent any sort of leg cutting and or a trip to the hospital. These specific ones are Class B, just meaning that they have that front protection. Another great one is making sure that you're obviously keeping your bar oil and then gas mixture correct. Just look up your model, chainsaw model, to make sure you have the right mixture. If you go to hardware store, you can get a 50-to-1 mix, which I use for our chainsaw. Then make sure you're getting proper bar oil. You can get some per season as well. If you want to mix your gasoline mix yourself, they have these little cartridges through Steel or other brands that you just mix in a gas can. Make sure it's properly shaken up, but then also your gas too, you want to make sure that that's going to be a premium level. Going through to like splitting surfaces, there's splitting tools. Obviously you could work with a splitter. That's going to be a good one. I think that 20 to 27 ton or higher is going to be more beneficial for your project. Make sure that it's tipping up too as well. That allows for a little ergonomical change up too. As far as axes are going, right here we have two mauls. This is going to be a lighter one, but it also kind of acts as a wedge for when you get any like pinch points with the logs, whether it's standing or laying on the ground. This one is a little lighter, but also fun to work with. Make sure that you have that blade cover there. This one is going to be this is a Fisker's one. It's a little heavier, also has that hitting surface, so the two mauls, a little more robust steel, tempered grade. So you don't have to worry about it, I guess, breaking up. when you're hitting on each other if there is a pinpoint. Another grade you can have is a splitting axe, where that's going to be a lighter tempered grade, strictly meant for splitting the logs. And you don't want to, if that one gets stuck, you really don't want to hit that one too much because that one will break up because it's a lighter grade. Right here, this is that Fisker's, and then this one's going to be our hardcore hammers, and then our splitting axes through Council Tools. I think I've appreciated using all of those. Like I said, another tool that we don't have here today since we're not filling any standing, and we have this hardcore hammer maul. We don't have any wedges, but those are nice and convenient if you do hit any pinch points. Another tool that I have here is the 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1 sharpener for our chainsaw chains. What this one is nice for, because you can have the file that's typical with any sharpening tool. So it's going to get the chainsaw teeth, but then also making sure that you're getting the raker as well. So it's cutting, but then also like taking out the wood chips that are created from the cutting. So that's good. And picking up with our tools here, so today I'm using the MS440 steel model. It seems to be a favorite of myself and a lot of others. This is what I kind of recommend for working around in the woods with the little heavier logs. So this MS440, it's discontinued now. They have the MS400. The MS440 is about a 75 cc. That's just beneficial for the rotation of the chain, cut logs faster. I wouldn't recommend going much lower than MS250, which is at the 45 cc level. And just make sure, whenever you're turning these on, that you know how to properly use them and how the choke system works. And the big thing is always, making sure that this stop is on, because that can cause some problems. As you can see here with the log, I was basically just cutting down about 3/4 of the way, then turning over, and then cutting the rest. It's easier when you cut down 3/4 because then you don't have as much to line up with when you turn it over. So getting to the turnover phase, what we have here, you can get any sort of timberjack tool out there. Northern Tool has them. My favorite is going to be the log ox because it's a 3-in-1 multi-tool where you have the timberjack, the cant hook, and then a log hauler. So they have different attachments where you can kind of take the pins out, and it can create whatever tool you want between the three. This is just an exemplification of the timberjack, which is beneficial. You dig the hook in, bring it over, this platform props it up, hold it steady. Want to get a level surface, which we don't quite have here. And then it's ready to just have a nice clean cut when the log falls. You do have to kind of go down the log. That's a little bit of the effort there. If you do want to just have it lay on the ground and do that 3/4, 1/4 cutting method, that's where you change up the tool to get that cant hook to make it easier to roll the log.